Hello guys, hello, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Wendy, and today I am so happy, so blessed, and just feeling so fresh today. Um I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I hope you guys are happy as well. And in today's video, as you guys can, as I'm going to be talking about for it in this video, we're going to be talking about the power of being alone, why being alone is the key to your success, and why you don't need no one and just become yourself. You don't need no one in your life. You don't need a partner. You don't need a group of friends. You do not need no one to be following you 24/7, to be accompanying you every place you go. Trust me, I used to be one of those people where I'm in both sides. I can be an extrovert person and a very introvert person. So what's the difference between them two? An extrovert person is a person that is always has to be around with people no matter what. That person's always socially is a very good person to be socially around with people, having conversations with people 24/7. You're always gonna be seeing that person with their friends, having a good time, sharing ideas, sharing thoughts, sharing a lot of stuff. And you're always going to be that person with someone. You're never going to see that person by herself or itself. Now, an introvert person is a person that spends their time alone, that could have some anxiety and simply just not be with other people and would just like to be spending time with themselves. So I'm both of those, because sometimes I really like to be next to my friends or go to the gym with my friends instead of going by myself. But then there's other times where I feel like I literally just need to be by myself in my room. I don't need no distractions from nobody. I don't want to talk to nobody. So, it really depends on your mood, but seriously, it really matters a lot. There's a lot of people that need that company by another person. And sometimes people think that people who spend their time alone or are lonely are weird people, which, trust me, it's not. And you probably feel that way because society has made you feel and think that way. Society has given us ideas or feelings like, for example, if there's a person that is not currently in a relationship, and that person is a person that has very good self-esteem and is a person that's very beautiful, like, a girl that's very beautiful, some other guys or their friends even can be like, why are you single? You're so pretty, why are you still single? Or why is nobody with you? Or and there's just thoughts that people of society given to us that make us feel insecure about being alone. But let me tell you something. Being alone is the key to success. We're mostly all the time surrounded, I don't know about you guys, but we're mostly surrounded by people all the time that we forget who we are. Why? Because when we are with people, we try to be a different person. We try to hide who we are. We try to do these things just to be accepted by other people. When you're with your friends, that's what I'm telling you guys, that you guys have to have good friends that will benefit you, friends that want you to improve in your daily life, not friends who want to embarrass you, humiliate you, or simply judge you in every aspect of your life. But when you're surrounded with the wrong friends, they want you to do these crazy challenges, these crazy risks, these crazy stuff, just for you to be accepted. Many people do that all the time. Many people want to be accepted by a group of friends, which those friends don't even care about that person. Those people just want to see you down. Those people are just jealous of you. You get me? So, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't do things just to be accepted. Don't say stuff. Don't do actions that are not going to lead you in a good way, but you're just doing them to just be accepted. When you're surrounded by good people, you get good energy, and simply you start to make these ideas and share ideas, But what I'm talking about is that we forget who we are at the same time. When we're surrounded by people constantly and all the time, we forget who we are. We forget what we want, we forget what we need, and we think and we feel that we always have to be surrounded by people to be accepted, because they made us think that being alone is weird, that being alone is selfish, that being alone is simply because you don't have friends. You don't need friends. There's no friends. Sometimes there's no friends in this life that you can trust, that you can have, because there's no one gonna be there for you. Probably there might be, but it's very rare to find good friends in today's world now. But yes, like I said, I used to be a person that, I can be both sides, but I used to be a person that needed to go to the gym with someone, because if I feel insecure going by myself, because I was like, what if people are watching me? What if people are gonna judge me? What if I'm doing an exercise wrong? What if I'm doing this am I even doing this exercise right? What if people are judging me? And then I would go and ask my friends if they were able to go to the gym with me, because I felt that if I went with someone, I would feel more complete, that I would feel more confident because someone's with me. It works most of the time, especially if you're a person who has a lot of anxiety. But trust me, that's when I was like, you know what? And sometimes my friends weren't there for me. They weren't allowed, or they weren't even able to go with me. So then I had to go by myself. And then slowly, as I started to get used to it, I started going to the gym by myself. Most of the time I've always been by myself. I've always been a lonely person, but there was times where I had like these anxiety temporarily. How could I say it? There was times where I felt like I was able to do all the things by myself, and then sometimes anxiety really hit me hard, and sometimes in some period of times where I needed people to be with me, where I needed friends to be with me. So I used to be this person who would also go to the gym by myself. I would do my things to myself, keep minding my own business, But then there was times where I was like, no, I can't do this. I need to be with someone, especially at the gym. And that's when slowly I started to build my self-esteem more. And I was like, as soon as I started practicing more, going to the gym, I was like, and starting to get along with all these practices and with all the workouts, I was like, who literally stares at me? No one stares at me, because no one cares. There might be people staring at you, but sometimes we think that it's people that are weird, when most of the time they're just admiring us for the things or the workouts that we do. And so slowly, as soon as I started to go more by myself to gym, I was like, I don't need no one. And so do you. You don't need no one in your life. Most of the times there's boys out there that are like, oh, I need to be in a relationship because I'm already 16 and I still haven't got a girlfriend, or I still don't have a boyfriend. Girl, if you're 16, it's the best time to focus on your dream. It's the best time to focus on your goals, on your future, because most of the time we're wasting our time with all these people that later won't give anything to us, that later will give us problems. I'm not saying they will, but most of the time these people might give us problems, give us insecurities, give us depression. And this is why most of the time we feel like we need to be in a relationship. Nowadays, if you're a person who's single, there could be constantly people saying, why are you single? Why don't you have a relationship? Because you don't need one. You do not need to be in a relationship. You do not need to be with someone to feel and be and think that you're complete. All you need is yourself, and of course, if you have a good relationship with your family, then that as well. Of course, there's nothing wrong with being in a relationship. That's your decision. What you can do, honestly, is just be yourself, be alone. Why? Because when we're surrounded with people, like I said, when we're surrounded by people we lose ourselves. We lose who we are. We lose our self-esteem, and we try to be someone else for other people to think that we're that type of person. You get me? But no. When you're alone, when you're a person who likes to enjoy yourself and your time alone, there's nothing wrong with that. It says that the person who embraces solitude becomes more powerful each day, more powerful in your current life. Because why? Because you start working on your mind through meditation, through therapy, through journaling. People who, if you like to journal, it's a good way to spend time by yourself. Your body, you're starting to work out, you're starting to eat right, and your spirit matters a lot. You start chasing your dreams that makes your heart race. You get me? So when you're by yourself, when you're alone, you start to embrace more time for yourself. Make yourself healthy meals, cook yourself each day. You can order yourself healthy meals, healthy foods, and you can go on walks alone. You don't need to be with someone. You don't need to be with a friend. And it's a right to be okay. It's okay to be alone. But don't let society make you feel that you're weird, that you're a weirdo because you're alone, because you don't have friends. Trust me, I have a lot of friends that I consider friends. But honestly, to me, it makes no difference, because even if I have friends or don't have friends, I feel the same. Why? Because if I have 0 friends, I'm not going to feel bad to myself. I'm not going to feel bad. Why? Because I'm a person that nowadays love to spend time by myself. Yes, you could see me with some friends here and there, but most of the time, I like to spend time by myself. And it's something that has changed throughout my perspective, because now I've learned that, and I learn every day, but I learned that it's very important to make your own, like, let's say community, to make your own group of friends that help you level up. But sometimes you can't just depend on them. Why? Because they're not gonna have time for you. They're not always gonna be there for you. Could be there for you, but not at all times, not 24/7. Why? Because they're humans too. They also got a life. They also got family to take care of. They also got stuff to do, and they can't constantly be taking care of you. It's okay to have friends or here and there and to go out with them, but it's also okay to spend time to yourself. I like to go out by myself. I like to go eat in restaurants or in fast foods. I like to take myself to eat. I don't feel bad or embarrassed to be alone and not be with other people. I like to go on walks alone. I like to walk around the park. Sometimes I used to feel like this anxiety, or I used to feel nervous, because sometimes I would be walking around the park and people would be staring at you, and then you get insecure. But now I feel it all normal. Now I go shopping by myself. I do all these things by myself, but back then I used to have insecurity on going shopping for clothes by myself, because sometimes we have this insecurity that you think that people are watching, that they're gonna judge you for being by yourself, that they're gonna judge you for being a lonely person. But no one cares. It's the best gift in the world to be a person who's alone. Why? Because you choose yourself first, then others. You become who you are. You become a person who's more confident, that if you, whether or not have people around you, you feel confident. You don't care about what people say. You don't care about what people think. You don't care if you're a person who's alone. Why? Because you have self-love within you. You have self-esteem. You have good self-esteem, and that's what really matters. So, like I said, there's nothing wrong being in a relationship. Honestly, having a partner with you is okay, because you get to share good times. But remember, you don't need that person in your life. It can just be you. We've seen people jumping from one relationship to another, and that relationship to another, have problems, and that relationship, and go and jump to another. jumping from one relationship to another, and that happens because that person hates and doesn't like being alone. And that's what happens when that person doesn't know how to treat themselves first before others, because they think that they need someone when they actually don't. Don't be one of those people jumping from one relationship to another, because you don't need no one. These people do that because they feel incomplete. They don't have self-love for themselves. Just be you and have fun. You don't need no one. Enjoy your life. Enjoy being alone. Being alone is okay, and being with friends is amazing as well. Sometimes you don't need your friends all the time. Sometimes it's okay to talk to yourself all the time and just think about all your thoughts and everything. I may be a weird person because honestly I like to be with people, and sometimes there's days or times where I don't even want to be next to people, and that's just me. Don't get insecure. Do not be brainwashed by society and make you think that you need friends because you don't. You know why sometimes people tell you that you need friends? Because they see that you're a quiet person, or because that you are a person who has anxiety being with other people. That means get out of your comfort zone. All of being loneliness is okay, but being afraid to talk to other people is not. Okay? It's not. Why? Because you don't have that confidence within you. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe or like, and if not, then share with another person. And yeah, I hope you really enjoy this video. Like I said, go out on walks. It's okay to go alone in the beach, to the river, swim alone, eat alone, do everything alone, because you don't need no one. You just need yourself. You just need yourself, and that's it. See you guys on the next video, and make sure you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.
Saturday? Yeah, look, ZocDoc has a ton of in-network doctors who can see me this week. This week, reviews say Dr. Okami has a great bedside manner. Or Dr. Stafford. Patients say he never rushes appointments and has an opening today. You should rush to his office. And booked.
Now he's ZocDoc to find a new doctor. You got options. Look on ZocDoc today.